a stop and go. Joey Logano has a 1.079 second lead, if you want to round that up to 1.08, over second place Truex Jr. at lap 114. Now at lap 116, the top three consisted of Joey Logano, Truex Jr., and Kyle Busch, 22 to 78 and 18. And Joey Logano's lead of 1.079 at lap 114 would drop to 0.84 seconds at lap 116. But then Denny Hamlin would take first place at lap 123, and that was during a round of green flag pit stops. 13 car penalty, Casey Mears, too many crew over the wall. Remember, you only allowed 7. He has to start a pass-through penalty during lap 128. And then the 34 car, Brett Moffitt, too fast on pit road. That was at lap 126. Top 3 at lap 130, Joey Logano, Kyle Busch, Truex Jr. at 22 to 18 and the 78. Joey Logano with a 0.65 second lead at 131. By lap 151, that grew to 1.09. Then would drop to 0.93 seconds at 154. But then at lap 156, would clock in at 1.53 seconds over Kyle Busch. Joey Logano, though, as of lap 133, has led the most laps. And then 22 car runs out of fuel. Here's what happened at the end of this race, man. And I did mention it last week. I said, Joey Logano is going to win a race soon. Because this is the third week in a row now, he had Kyle Busch and Joey Logano battling out for the checkered flag. And I said, wow, this would be cool if Joey Logano... I was rooting for Joey Logano. I was almost convinced Joey Logano was going to win this race on Sunday until he ran out of gas. He ran out of fuel, so he had to get out of the way. But then right behind him was Kyle Busch. Now, Joey Logano took the lead, okay, at lap 128. Now, they gambled. You have enough fuel, keep the car out there, right? Because it's the end of the race. Especially if you take 20 laps, no big deal, but 20 laps goes really quick. The last 20 laps. This was actually the last 22 laps, because the number of laps in this race was 160. So 160 laps this race. Joey Logano has the lead from lap 128 until lap 158 when he runs out of fuel. And then behind him was the 18 car of Kyle Busch. He goes around and he runs out of fuel as well after Joey Logano ran out of fuel. So right behind him was the 20 car Matt Kenseth, and he took the lead all the way to the checkered flag. So really for like a lap, because Kyle Busch took the lead at one. So Joey Logano took the lead all the way to 158, ran out of gas. Kyle Busch took the lead at 158, he ran out of gas, and then Matt Kenseth took the lead at lap 159, and he'd take it to the checkered flag. So, there you go. I was getting excited too, man. But you never know. I think Joey Logano could still win one. Now, I don't know what's going to happen this week because they're doing a road course this weekend. So we'll see. But the lead track summary as follows from Sunday's race. Kyle Busch takes the lead from the start all the way to the second caution. In second caution, the lead goes Kurt Busch, Harvick. Then Kurt Busch takes the lead during caution 3 to the restart. And then caution number 4 goes Logano, Kurt Busch, Truex Jr. He taking it to the restart, lap 34. Joey Logano takes the lead, lap 40. Kyle Busch, lap 52. And then Denny Hamlin, lap 53. Brad Keselowski, lap 55. Then Jeff Gordon, lap 57. Then Danica Patrick took the lead for a little bit, lap 59. Fifth caution comes out, and then Joey Logano, he'd take the lead during the fifth caution, and then he would hold on into the restart. No changes during the sixth caution, but Matt Kenseth would take the lead at lap 88 on the green flag. Kyle Larson, lap 89. Now, I don't remember if there's any changes during lap 7. There was a little blurb in my note-taking on Sunday, but I put no changes and a question mark. But at any rate, question 8, Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Kyle Busch again, Joey Logano again, and he'll take it to the restart. Denny Hamlin takes the lead, lap 123. David Reagan, lap 124. He's in the 55 car, who's been filling in for Brian Vickers. Greg Biffle, lap 125. Jeff Gordon, lap 127. And then Joey Logano, lap 128. Kyle Busch, lap 158. Matt Kenseth, lap 159. And he would take it in for the win. So there you go. So it was Matt Kenseth, Brad Keselowski, Jeff Gordon, first, second, and third. Interesting, ladies and gentlemen. It was definitely exciting racing, I thought. It was fun. Alright, so let's take a little breakaroo, and then, let's see. Do we want to take a break, or do we want to just go let's see. All right, let's take a little 10-second break, and then we'll come back, and then we'll go over what's going on next weekend and go over this weekend's racing schedule. RP continues. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get to this. I don't have my little car noise today because I forgot to load it up, so we don't have our little race car this week. All right, so this weekend, okay, NASCAR Xfinity Series and NASCAR Sprint Cup Series head to Watkins Glen, officially known as Watkins Glen International, Watkins Glen, New York. Capacity 41,000, surface is asphalt. Number of turns is 11, and the sections include the start-finish line. Then you have the backstretch, the inner loop, the outer loop, the chute, the toe, the boot, and the heel. So there you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to it. The Racing Podcast proudly presents this weekend's racing schedule, and we only got. Ken, this Sunday, we got 5 weeks left until the chase, all right? And we'll touch base on that in a little bit. So Saturday afternoon is this weekend's Xfinity event, Saturday, August the 8th at 3:30 p.m. Eastern on NBCSN and MRN, and that's the Zippo 200, and that is with 82 laps scheduled. Then Sunday afternoon is this weekend's NASCAR Sprint Cup event, Sunday, August 9th at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern on NBCSN and MRN. That is the famous Cheez-It 355, and that is with 90 laps scheduled, and both races are from Watkins Glen. And just to reassure that Saturday's race is also on NBCSN. So you really only, so you got 5 weeks left, right? Counting this week. Today is going to be August 9th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more races, and then we get into the Sprint Cup. And then the Cup Chase, or the Chase for the Cup, whatever they call it. And September 20th is going to be the first race of the Chase. So, again, now, they've always had the Sprint Cup Chase, but last year they started this new format where you have to get into the actual Chase with the brackets. And so you got 10 races altogether, okay? Now, every 3 races, okay, so you have September 20th, 27th, 24th. That's the first 3 races, and that is part of the Challenger round. And then you got the 10th, the 18th, and 25th, and that's the next set of 3 races, and that is the Contender. And then you have the November 1st, 18th, and 15th, and that's the last 3, and that is the Eliminator round. And then after that, you got one more, which is actually the 10th race, and that is the final Homestead Miami Speedway race. So by September 12th, which is the last race of the regular season, which is at Richmond International Raceway, and I think that's a night race, I'm not sure, I gotta double check that. So after September 12th, you'll have 16 drivers, okay, 16 drivers in the chase, and then every 3 races, 4 drivers get knocked out. So the Challenger round, 3 races, it goes from 16, and then out of that 16, 12 will advance to the Contender, 3 more races, and then you'll have 8 that will advance to the Eliminator round, and then after that, 4 would advance to the last race, and that is at Homestead, which is November 22nd. Good stuff. And the Racing Podcast, let's see, so the 22nd, the last race, so the last Racing Podcast would be November 26th. And then the Racing Podcast takes a little vacay, and then we come back in February. And that will start the 2016 Racing Podcast season, which will be our 3rd year of RP. So, good stuff. And, alright, so let's take a little break, and then we'll go over the driver standing segments. We've got a little racing news to talk about, you know the deal. So a quick break, RP continues next. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Racing Podcast. Alright, so let's get to it. Driver standing segment, as we always do. NASCAR Sprint Cup Series driver standings, top 10 as follows. First place is Kevin Harvick, and he's in the number 4 car with 780 points, and he's the current leader. Joey Logano in second place, 22 car with 734 points. And then Dale Jr., he's in third place in the 88 car with 717 points. Fourth place, Jimmy Johnson, the 48 car, 713 points. Fifth place, Martin Truex Jr. in the 78 car, 694 points. Sixth place is Burt Keselowski, the number 2 car, 681 points. Matt Kenseth in 7th place in the 20 car, 662 points. Jay McMurray in 8th place in the number 1 car, 631 points. Kurt Busch in 9th place in the 41 car, 620 points. And Jeff Gordon in 10th place. He's in the 24 car, and he's in 617 points. Jeff Gordon, which climbed back into the top 10 this week. 11th to 15th place in order, you have Denny Hamlin, Paul Menard, Ryan Newman, Clint Bowyer, Casey Kane. In 16th through 20th place in order, Carl Edwards, Eric Almirola, Greg Biffle, Kyle Larson, Austin Dillon. Then 21st to 25th place in order, Casey Mears, Danica Patrick, AJ Allmendinger, David Reagan, and Tony Stewart, who last week was out of the top 25. He climbed back into the top 25 in 25th place. Let's see. Now, Jay McMurray, he climbed from 9th to 8th place this week. Kurt Busch dropped from 8th place to 9th place, and Jeff Gordon climbed up from 11th back to 10th place. Denny Hamlin dropped from 10th to 11th. Paul Menard climbed from 14th place to 12th. Ryan Newman knocked down from 12th to 13th, and Clint Bowyer climbed from 16th to 14th place. Kyle Larson climbed from 20th to 19th, and Austin Dillon dropped from 19th to 20th, and that's pretty much it. The big news is in the trucks, because Matt Crafton got knocked out of first place this week. Chevrolet, Ford, and Toyota first, second, and third in the manufacturer's standings, and there you go. All right. Xfinity Series driver standings, top 10 as follows, and we're going to breeze through this quickly. First place, Chris Buescher in the 60 car, 682 points, current leader. Chase Elliott in second place in the number 9 car, 662 points. Third place is Ty Dillon in the number 3 car, 661. And fourth place, Reagan Smith in the 7 car, 643. Fifth place, Elliott Sadler, the number 1 car with 630. Darrell Wallace Jr. in 6th place in the number 6 car, 601 points. Daniel Suarez in 7th place in the 18 car, 596. 8th place, Brendan Gowen in the 62 car, 576. And Brian Scott, the number 2 car, 568. 10th place. I forgot to put the 10th place in there. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Right, so, and then we'll just breeze through this quickly. The manufacturer standings, Ford, Chevrolet, Toyota, and Dodge. First, second, third, and fourth. All right. So, NASCAR Camping World Truck Series top 10, and we'll just breeze through the top 10 to save some time a little bit. Now, Matt Crafton, which was in first place last week, all the way from, I don't know how long he's been in first place for, but a long time, almost the whole season. And he got knocked down to second place, because first place right now for the Camping World Trucks is Tyler Reddick in the 19 truck, and he's with 479 points, current leader. Boy, and I'm wondering, just to backtrack the Sprint Cup, let's see. With Joey Logano in second place, 46 points shy of the leader spot. I wonder if Joey Logano is going to be the one that knocked Kevin Harvick out of the first place spot. Could be. Yeah, there's 5 weeks left plus the chase, but, it's still a lot of racing left over. Anyway, third place is Eric Jones in the number 4 car, 460 points. And Johnny Sauter, fourth place, the 98 car, 420. In the 98 truck. Cameron Haley in the 13 truck in 5th place, 391 points. John West Townley in 6th place in the 05 truck, 387 points. Daniel Hemrick in 7th place in the 14 truck, 382. In 9th place is Spencer Gallagher in the 23 truck, 366 points. And Ben Kennedy, he sits in 10th place